everybody, and welcome to Shelley's Everyday Adventures. Today is May 4th. It's Saturday. It's raining here. It's kind of just dreary and it's actually a little chilly. I don't think it's gotten out of the 50s today. Anyway, I haven't been on here for a couple weeks and I want to apologize for that. I have been dealing with some personal issues. When I say personal, not necessarily my issues, but someone close to me. Um, it's been a rough couple of weeks, but I'm back and hoping to be more steady right now. I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. One of them is, have you noticed an uptick in mental health issues? I have noticed since 2020, there's been a pretty big uptick in mental health issues, especially in those around me. So I know if I'm noticing it around me, then it must be, you know, going on in other places. I live in a small town. I have a pretty tight knit group, so it's not like we're seeing, a lot of crazy stuff here. But I have noticed that a lot of people are struggling with depression and anxiety and stuff like that. And in my opinion, it's been since 2020, since the pandemic. Excuse me. Um, Also, I wanted to ask you guys if you think that we're going to have another pandemic with the bird flu. Are they going to make this something crazy? Is it going to be crazy? I don't know. I don't have answers. They say it's spreading from birds to cows. It's in the milk, different things. And I just wondered what your opinion is of it. I personally am not terribly, terribly worried about it. But what I am concerned about is the fact that they may make this bigger than it is. They may be dishonest about it. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're being honest. What are your thoughts? I don't know. I'm just speculating. I'm just thinking out loud and I'm asking the question and I want your thoughts on what's going on. Another thing that came to light to me, you'll notice my dog in the background, she's playing. She just turned a year old. Anyway, another thing that came to light to me, I wanted to bring it to your attention. I'm not sure what is going on in this world, and I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. So, this is in my backyard. This is in Lancaster County and York County. Lancaster County is less than an hour. Well, Lancaster County is not even an hour from me, but Lancaster City is about 45 minutes from me. York is about hour and a half, maybe, from me. So there were two men that were jailed in Pennsylvania for performing ultrasounds on cows just to see if they were, if they're pregnant. They do artificial insemination, and I guess they just want to check and see if the cows are pregnant. Or they just do it as a service. Maybe the farmer's using a bull. It doesn't matter. However, it happened. They just want to determine if the cow's pregnant. So it would kind of be like you, pinball preparedness. He brought this up. He likened it to you going out buying a pregnancy test and testing yourself to see if you were pregnant. Now, I'm a dog groomer. It's a little different, but I will tell you, I'm a dog groomer and I am not legally allowed to do anything that involves the inside of an animal. I cannot go, I cannot do anything in their mouth. I cannot do anything. I just can't do anything inside of an animal. On the outside, I can groom them. I can cut their nails. I can do that. That is legal. That is not considered medical. Now, we all know that an ultrasound is just basically taking a picture. So it's on the outside. It is not medical. It's not a medical procedure. Some people may argue that point, but to me, it is just a picture. It's sound that is creating a picture and letting them know if the cow is pregnant or not. Okay. So anyway, Pinball likened it to you buying a pregnancy test. You go buy a pregnancy test, you see if you're pregnant or not. this is kind of the same thing. Of course, they're not peeing on a stick. They're just putting something on the outside of the cow. And y'all know how ultrasounds are done, I'm pretty sure. And they're checking to see if the cow is pregnant. So they were warned in 2018 and 2019, these two men, Ethan Wentworth of Airville, Pennsylvania, in York County, and Rusty Herr of Christiana, Pennsylvania, which Christiana is 30 minutes from me, and that's in Lancaster County. They were warned to stop performing these by the Pennsylvania State Veterinarian Board, okay? But there's nothing, I guess it just got, somebody who's ruffled their feathers, but there's nothing medical necessarily about taking a picture on the outside of a cow to see if she has a cat inside of her. Nothing. Anyway, so these two men were picked up without an arrest warrant. They don't know how to fight back. They're just going to be in jail for 30 days. One of them is in jail in prison in York County, up in York, Pennsylvania. And the other one is in jail in Lancaster City, up in Lancaster County, because of where they live. They have been in there since, I want to say, I read, give me a second and I'll be able to tell you. Okay, they have been in jail since April 11th. They were arrested at, let's see, Herr was arrested. That would be, Rusty Herr was arrested April 11th at 6:30 a.m. at his home in Christiana. He was cuffed and taken away in front of his wife and children. So that was the second one. The first one that was arrested was Ethan Wentworth. He was arrested on the 10th. In his home, I do believe. So they were arrested in front of their family, and they were taken without bail, without an arrest warrant. They just came in and they arrested them. And it says here that they will be spending 30 days in jail. They have a lawyer. The lawyer, his name is Robert Barnes, Esquire of Barnes Law, LLP. He is the lead attorney. The company that these two men run is called Nobull, Nobull Solutions. Defense argues that the arrest warrants weren't actually valid and they didn't originate from the court. Okay. So he goes on to say that Robert Barnes, Esquire, the men, Wentworth and Herr's attorney, says that there's a whole bunch of people a whole bunch of folks that are about to get sued. It was unlawful detainment and civil rights precedents, among others. So now I'm reading here, according to the Pennsylvania Veterinary Medical Association website under advocacy, that the contempt of court charge came off of a suggestion in Pennsylvania's VMA's recent complaint against Herr and Wentworth for ignoring previous fines and ceasing and desisting orders from the State Veterinarian Board. However, Herr and Wentworth ignored these fines based on their attorney's advice to avoid admitting guilt. After all, why would they admit guilt for actions that are commonplace, subject to interpretation of the state's vague and outdated veterinarian law regarding diagnosis? Now, I read on, they are calling pregnancy a disease. They're referring to it as a disease, okay? Pregnancy is a condition. It is not a disease. So, how can that be? They're not treating a disease. These men are not treating a disease. They are not hurting anything. They have not done anything illegal or unethical. They've just, in my opinion, they have just pissed someone off at the Pennsylvania Veterinary Medical Association. That's all. How could you consider pregnancy a disease? But that's what they're trying to say. Pregnancy is a disease and they're treating a disease. No, they are not. No, not at all. Circumstances around these arrests are indeed troubling. It says here that Wentworth was asked to pay a fine at the York County Courthouse on the morning of April 10th with a promise that he would see a judge. Instead, he was arrested, and 7 days later, he still hasn't seen a judge, according to a friend and associate. So, yes, No Bull Solutions is a breeding service. So they do artificial insemination, and they've done artificial insemination for years. My father went to an artificial insemination school to learn how to artificially breed cows, probably 50 years ago. I went when I was about 20 to learn how to do it because we had dairy cows. So I'm lost. So these guys are artificially inseminating the cows, and then they come back in as part of their protocol, and they use an ultrasound machine to see if the cow's pregnant. What's the problem? Please, somebody tell me. What's the problem? Why are these guys in jail? And if they can do this to these guys, who else can they do it to? And I have questions, and everybody should have questions about what the hell is going on in this country. It is suddenly illegal to perform an ultrasound on a cow. To help a dairy cow farmer produce milk, because cows have to have calves in order to produce milk. Some people may not know that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you here do. They have to get bred, they have to have a calf in order to produce milk. And this is the milk that we are buying and drinking. Okay? So they're helping these people do this. And now they're in jail for 30 days without anything. I mean, there's nothing for his lawyer. Their lawyer stated that there's absolutely nothing for him to go against because there's nothing out there. They're just unlawfully detained in jail for 30 days. As a former dairy person, I'm pissed. And as I live in Maryland, yes, but I'm just a couple minutes from Pennsylvania. As I told you, these places are places I've been regularly. Christiana is near a place called Quarryville. I go up there all the time. There are things that I buy and do up there. We have a really twisted system right now. And I know many of you have said that what is right is now wrong, and what is wrong has now become right. I don't understand any of it. I really don't. And I'm angry about it. These guys, apparently somebody put together a GoFundMe page for them to help pay for their legal fees. I don't know. Please make it make sense. Because it really doesn't make any sense to me at all. They're not harming anything or anyone. Anyway, this is Shelly's Everyday Adventures. I thank you for coming here to watch and listening to my little rant. Please leave your comments below and let me know what you think about this. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a great day.